So I've been thinking about how the kids are struggling with mitosis when it's a relatively simple concept, but the lack of hands-on activities, um, the lack of concrete activities, we're really struggling with that. So keeping that in mind and looking forward to this next unit, I just don't know how the kids are going to understand, what anti-parallel is. I've always done that upside down hand activity out in the hallway or, been drawing on the board. And I just don't know how I'm going to get them to understand this concept. Sure, they can memorize the definition, but I just don't know if that's good enough. So here's what I did. I created a drag and drop that I think I might use. It's still rough, in my head, but I think. And I would walk them through it. I would never give them to them and, just expect them to be able to do it. So here's our, right, a DNA nucleotide. And I would ask them to, build the DNA nucleotide, making sure that we're attaching this phosphate at that third carbon. Maybe briefly, we just number the carbons so that scientists can talk about what's bonding where. And in a DNA molecule, we know that this phosphate of a second nucleotide bonds at that third carbon. So if we bring in then another nucleotide, there's no way to get those bases to match together. It's just not going to happen. And something about this X-ray image that chemists and biochemists knew is that the appearance of the X says that those bases have to be in the middle. Says that this is a twisted molecule. So this just doesn't work. So they tinkered with what if we just flip, what if those molecules are just flipped? Well, we certainly can get get the two bases matched up in the middle. But when we bring in this second nucleotide and we know that the phosphate has to attach at the third carbon, okay, to make that happen, okay, and I get that, right, I get that we've got some issue with the overlap, but the bottom line is these nucleotides are no longer side by side. If we put them side by side, then the phosphate can't attach. And again, there's something in this photo, the spacing of the black marks and whatnot, that says this is how it has to be. So it can't work, it just can't work that way. So what if not only do they flip it horizontally, but they flip it vertically as well? So now you can bring them in, the bases pair, and when you bring in that next nucleotide, we can make that phosphate attach to the third carbon. And we can still get those bases in the middle. And so when you look at the arrangement of these of these sugars, of these deoxyribose, you see 5, 3, 5, 3. The roofs are facing up. Over here, you see 3, 5, 3, 5. The roofs are facing down. And then I would show them using my hand, thumbs up, thumbs down, on separate hands. The roofs are up, the roofs are down. And good golly, these guys are smart. They got all that from the picture and from other things that they knew. That's what I'm tinkering with, doing with the kids. Haven't landed on it fully yet, but that's what I'm tinkering with.